direct to you and in your face. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Chris is his real first name. We're not going to say his last name for his own privacy. And we're going to put up some of the video images of him first before we play this Oberman hit piece. We're going to put up some of the images of Chris out there, clean cut, nice white shirt, black tie, with it strapped to his back, perfectly done. They would have really gone wild with it if the gun had been in his hands, or looking like he was aiming it, but it looked very military, very stowed away, very well kept. Not some chubby guy saying, I'm the commander, I'm the real president of America, or I'm the Republic of Texas commander and Heil Hitler or something. Because the feds send those people out. They send them out to look stupid, to act stupid. They've been caught. I told you all those years that Hal Turner was FBI. It's come out in every major case that the major Klan groups and white supremacist groups are run by the FBI. And here's the Associated Press, that he was an agent provocateur. The FBI admits he was an informant, but saying he's not a provocateur for them. Look, there's no doubt that Turner was being handled by him, and it's now, like all their patsies, being set up. After his website got hacked and it came out that he was a Fed being ordered to cause problems, remember we broke that a year ago? He became expendable. But the feds, through channels, have let us know they're coming after us for this. They are really angry that I've exposed the Southern Poverty Law Center for running McVeigh and being in control of the Elohim City compound with Oklahoma City. When that cop killer who'd been attacking me, white supremacist, see, I don't like the things Israel's doing and the corrupt things they're involved in. But I know a lot of other countries are involved in evil, corrupt things as well. So just because I don't like the Zionist policies doesn't then mean I hate Jews. Or just like I don't like the La Reconquista folks that believe the Southwest belongs to Mexico, but it doesn't mean I dislike Hispanics. The establishment wants to radicalize everybody so we can't have a real debate. And they do the same thing with the Obama posters that they're now removing off Flickr and Facebook and MySpace. And those stories are up on Infowars.com right now. They're doing those same things, saying that if you call Obama a socialist, that's code word for the N-word, which then folks hear that and think, oh, my gosh, somebody must be racist if they're saying socialism. And people believe this if the media says it. So this is the kind of stuff that's going on, and it's outrageous. And I tell you, it makes it even better that he's a clean-cut, well-spoken, and on top of it, a black man out there with his gun strapped to his back, because they couldn't say racist militias were out there wanting to kill Obama. That's not why he was there, and he's going to explain why he was there with open carry. And Chris joins us from Arizona. He lives in Arizona, lives in Phoenix, and he's involved with Ernest Hancock and the other great folks there with Freedom's Phoenix. And he refused to do Fox and CNN and some other channels. That day, so the news got some footage of him being interviewed by Hancock, and CBS picked up on some of the things he had to say. But here he is today, uncensored, unedited, live. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, no problem.
Well, you heard my little rant there. First off, why did you decide to do this? Tell us what it was like actually being there, so, because this went on for hours. We just saw the snapshot of a few minutes of video from the Associated Press.
I decided a long time ago that maybe I lost a lot of faith in the political process in America. I tried to get involved locally with the Arizona Republican Party, and seeing things from the inside, seeing how things operate, I realized that this whole machine, this left-right Democrat-Republican machine, is just a ploy to pit us against each other, so that the winner is always the state, it's always the government. And I think that voting and the political process isn't going to work anymore. And I think it's time for people to just actually stand up and say no to these things that they're putting upon us.
Well, absolutely, and you certainly did that in a loud and clear and decisive way. We've become so ninnied, so broken, so we've capitulated to hiding with our guns in our houses. And now I'm sure you see the articles like I do, where some old man's cleaning his gun in his garage in Texas or places where you think there's a Second Amendment, and neighbors see it and get scared, and the cops come and they see a gun safe with 10 guns and 1,000 rounds, and they call it an arsenal and take it and arrest him. And the next you hear, he's under psychological evaluation and they're drugging him. And you see that in Vermont, and you see it in New Hampshire. I mean, this is going on every week, at least. I see it in the news. And so I guess that's why the open carry movement is going, look, our guns aren't illegal. And I've told the story of the carpet cleaner trying to call the cops. Back before I had children, I had a shotgun in my broadcast studio in my house up on the wall, in a gun rack. And the guy freaked out because he thought everything was based in television land, in the dramas he watches based in New York and Chicago, like NYPD Blue, where the cops come in and find a gun and arrest you. The public is so dumbed down, they think guns are illegal. But I'm ranting. I mean, give us your view on that.
Oh, absolutely. If you were there that day, anyone that was around me all day long, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that. I can't. Everybody's asking the police, you're just going to let him do that? That's why I'm there, because people don't have a clue. They have no clue.
Now, Oberman and others are trying to do the reverse now of what you're doing. They're saying, look, they do have guns right by the president. They want to kill him. They're white supremacists. Ban them. Because if they're able to do that, that's it for the Second Amendment.
Yeah, well, it's not just if they're able to do that. It's if we're willing to let it happen. I mean, you can't just blame all these people that are coming after them. A lot of the responsibility is on us. I mean, we have to say no, or they're going to run right over us.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, even when I'm in rural areas, no one dare ride around with their gun rack. And if you're walking by your own property in the middle of nowhere, cops will pull over now and say, what are you doing with that shotgun? Well, I'm out here bird hunting. What are you doing? So you're right. We need to train the police and the establishment that they're not going to be allowed to just create this perception that our guns are illegal and dirty and bad.
Absolutely.
You weren't the only person out there who had firearms. I saw differing reports. I saw 4, 20. I mean, how many people were out there with their firearms?
I've heard the number like 12 a lot, but I didn't do a count. I would estimate that I saw personally maybe 6, 7 people total. But there could have been, I'm sure there were some people I didn't notice.
Now, I mean, look, I could gut up to do this, but I have never done it. I mean, how do you not just go out to an event with your rifle or a handgun? You went to nearby where the godlike president was. They hype up all day, like there's Zeus or something. What was it like, though, when you were putting it on your back, getting out of your car? I mean, what was it like as you were marching up? I would imagine the most dangerous point is when cops first see you walking up with a rifle. Do they come over and say, what are you doing? Or are they so aware in Arizona because you've been letting them know you're not their slave that they backed off?
Yeah, I think in Arizona police know it's legal, and they appear to have been trained well, so they all kind of know the story on open carry here. But I thought maybe what I was afraid of was the Secret Service may have just told them, well, in this case, while the president's here, you're going to have to keep people out or whatever. So when I came out of the parking, we parked in a parking garage, like a below ground parking garage. When I first walked out, I was very nervous, but I just thought as long as I'm not touching it, as long as my hands are, where they can see me, and I walk up calmly, and I walked up to a police officer, I nodded my head at him, he nodded back to me, and I guess they know the deal then.
Well, you just are a trailblazer, my friend. You're literally for the Second Amendment rights that are some of the most basic. And I'm not just saying this because you're black, but I mean, it fits the analogy. You're like the first person to go in, and so is the fella up in New Hampshire. You're like the first people to go in and sit down at a lunch counter and say, you're going to, serve me. And it's that type of courage that's going to get our Second Amendment back.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, the man in New Hampshire definitely helped me out, helped me to feel a lot better about it, because I saw him. I'm thinking about, am I going to get what kind of trouble am I going to get into doing this? And then after seeing that he did it and there were really nothing very bad happened, that kind of put my mind at ease a little more.
Well, the social engineers would love to set you up and beat you up, but they realize that if they make an example out of you or anybody else, other people are going to start doing it, and then they're going to lose. They don't want to make you a martyr.
Yeah.
But they will dig around and try to find something on you or exaggerate something or twist something. But you've just done a fabulous job. I mean, that's all I can say is it's just beautiful. I mean, what ran through your mind then? I mean, how did you decide to do this?